Student Game Developers is an organization on the UWSP campus that is dedicated to making independent video games. I sat down and spoke with President Kevin Barthman to talk about a few things that the organization is working on.
So first and foremost, we make video games. We all are very passionate about what we do, and we have a lot of fun doing it. We have been around for roughly 6-7 years, I want to say. I came in as president about 2 years ago, and we started off with only about 3 members, and now we have 20 plus members. So right now, we have 3 different projects. They are Blackbow, and that is headed by Daniel Quinnell. Conscript, which used to be Last Chance, and that is headed by Benjamin McDowell. And then I'm leading the Campus Zombie project.
Kevin told me about one of the organization's projects, Blackbow.
So to start off, Blackbow is a stealthy game. You play as this character named Fletcher, I believe that's what they still have him named as, and you kind of wander through this cave setting, and you're really weak. You are not very strong, so if any monster attacks you, you can die very quickly, and you have to traverse through here being very stealthy using a grappling hook. You can't really jump or anything, and you have to get to the end.
Project manager Dan Quinnell was able to give us some specifics on the development of Blackbow.
Our team is divided into programmers and designers, so people who make art and people who make levels. We have James, Wolf, Paul, Paige, and Brianna all on kind of a level design, and 2 people on music, Derek Piotrowski, who's going under Derek Jordan for his music label, and a guy named Mike. And then we have 4 or 5 programmers, including myself.
So I talked to Derek Piotrowski about the soundtrack and the roles that people play in such a small development team.
Basically, it's going to be a more ambient sort of sound. If you look at the Halo soundtrack, there are the triumphant moments, but then there are the quieter, more interesting sounding moments. So it's going to be a mix of those sounds, the latter sounds. At least the way I see it, guitar parts that will be more clean, ambient, and just a very interesting, isolated sound to make you feel like you're truly alone. In the AAA video game development, you are pretty much isolated into a role because of the size of the team and the size of the project, so it needs to be more focused. But for these sorts of projects, for indie development or small work with small developers, you don't necessarily have the crew to isolate people into one area, so you may need to go into this area, that area, and it helps you become more well-rounded for whichever area you want to go to.
And Kevin made it clear that you don't have to have a specific college major to get involved with student game developers.
Right now, the majority of the members, I don't believe, are CIS or WDMDA. It's a variety. And we are happy with that because the thing is, a lot of people come into game development thinking you had to be very tech savvy, and for the most part you do, but you can also learn the tools.
When I pressed Kevin for release dates with so many projects at once, this is what he told us.
And yeah, so many games. But we're shooting to have something playable out by the end of the semester. And we are also looking at one of our games to possibly be a game that we work on through the entire academic year, so into the spring. So by the end of the year, for sure, we'll have a full playable game. But hopefully by the week before finals, you can expect some playable games that we have created. So hopefully we'll get some games in you guys' hands.
For more campus, national, and world news, stay tuned to The Pointer at pointeronline.uwsp.edu.